Everybody, what's going on? KSA Chris here, Real Estate Blitz, and want to do a quick video for y'all. I got a question in, and the question was, I wrote it down. How do you pick a broker? How do you choose a broker? That come in from Robert Silivia. That's a great, fantastic question, and I've replied to quite a few people. I've had a few people call me, and I think I've even done sort of similar videos in the past, but definitely, I think first off, what you got to look at is what are the type of brokerages, okay? And, one of the big question I got from this one, it's funny because I actually just got an email from him. He actually ended up picking a team that he chose, brokerage. He's out in Miami, but I'll get to that. Okay, so brokerages, different types of brokerages. That's where you got to start first. And once you figure out the brokerages, you got to figure out what do you want, what are you looking for, what are you personally trying to accomplish, and then you look to pick your broker. So let's run through them. Full service brokerage. Full service brokerage is going to be a big brand. You're looking at your Coldwell Bankers, your Remaxes, stuff like that. Full service brokerages are usually going to give you some form of training. They're going to give you some systems that are going to be available, and they're also going to give you their brand. That's really what they're selling. They're selling their brand. They're bringing in agents, and they're saying, hey, you become a Coldwell Banker agent. This is their value proposition. So I'm going to tell you what the value proposition is and kind of in truth what it really is, okay? Because I think it's important to know both. So their value proposition is usually, with Coldwell Banker, and the only reason I know this, so Coldwell Banker specific, is I sat down a while back and we were talking about transitioning our team over to Coldwell Banker, and I ended up getting a little offended and walked out because they said, well, without us, I bleed blue, without us, how are you ever going to grow the way that you want to? And I was like, well, without me, how are you going? Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, seriously. Somebody just walked in my office and walked out. Don't even know who it was. Anyways, they said, without us, how are you going to grow? And I says, well, reality is you called me. I didn't call you. And I would question, without me and without us, how are you going to grow? So why be so arrogant to think that I need your big brand broker? And not only that, but what I would say with a lot of full services brokerages, they're not dying, but they're not getting the same returns that they used to because people don't really care so much about that as long as it's being provided service. And you talk about overall branding to begin with. And we'll get deeper into that. Maybe I'll do another video after this to go deeper into branding, why it's so important, and why you don't need to be with a big full service brokerage, and we'll get it. However, full service brokerages are pretty great. Depending on your type of personality, and that's the big one. So I tell people all the time, don't listen to what I'm saying and listen to it blindly and implement stuff. Don't listen to any freaking guru and do that. Okay, I'm not a guru, but anybody that is a guru and they say this is the way it is, it's not. Look, you are who you are. Everybody has a different type of personality. I actually am going to do some videos today on that as well. We're going to talk about personalities, personality traits, disc profile, etc. But you got to figure out, who are you? What are you looking for? Big box brokerages work extremely well for a lot of people. If you're looking to fall in on something that's already created, you're falling in on designs, templates, brand, and you aren't looking to brand yourself or create a new brand or create your own brand, then a big box brokerage is fantastic. If you're looking to I don't want to say not be a high producer, because there are a lot of high producers in full service brokerages. There are. What I found, though, is that when people get to a certain amount of productivity, they end up leaving because it doesn't make financial sense for them. Locally here, there's a team. I won't say their name on here, but if they're watching this, they know. There's a team that basically they could have bought a new house. They were giving the brokerage about $350,000+ per year. And when you're giving away that kind of money, you could buy a new house every year off of the money that you could have saved at a different type of brokerage, especially when you've created your own brand. It doesn't make sense to stay at a full service brokerage. Now, next one, you have a flat fee brokerage. Okay, a flat fee brokerage is going to be a place where you can create your own brand. They're literally going to charge you just a small fee, maybe $300, sometimes less than that, just to basically close a deal. So they're not charging you a split or a commission or a large commission on your deal per se, but they are charging a small fee. The flat fee brokerages are usually making their money on auxiliary businesses. They're also going to make their money on fees. So that you're going to have to pay, fees. You're going to pay a monthly fee of sometimes 100, 150, sometimes $200 a month just to hang your license there. You're going to have to pay your E&O up front, et cetera, et cetera. However, you get to keep a lot more of your money. The challenge with that is you're not going to get really any service. as opposed to a full service. You get a whole bunch of service, you get templates, you can have mail pieces, you can have designs, you can have this and the other, right? At a flat fee, it's very rare when you get really any service. You're basically there hanging your license, and you're going to have to create everything yourself. You're going to have to come up on your own signs, your own open house signs, your own yard signs, your own designs, your own marketing, your own CRMs, your own office spaces. I mean, there's a lot that you're going to have to create of your own. Full service businesses usually provide that, but you get to keep a lot of your money. That takes a different type of personality type as well. So somebody like me with my personality type, it made sense to be in flat fee brokerage. Now, I've been in a full service brokerage before, and honestly, it wasn't for me, but I have a very strong personality type. I'm a strong D. I want to build, I want to create, and I want to do it my way. I don't like bending a knee to anybody. So that's why a flat fee business before we built our brokerage was what I wanted. That's what I was looking for. Then you have a hybrid in between the two. The hybrid in between the two is going to be something like your Keller Williams, where you're going to be able to get service, but you're not really going to be on a heavy split. It's basically going to be some type of a cap or a certain percentage or something to where eventually you cap out and then you owe them nothing. The rest is going to be 100% yours. And that's really a hybrid. Keller Williams is a hybrid. They give you the brand, Keller Williams, plus you can also create and do what you want to do on top of that. Usually the full service brokerages, you have to use their stuff. You can't change anything. They don't want you to. Keller Williams, really, they don't care. You still, of course, because of compliance, need to put on there that you're part of KW, etc. But that is what it is. Now that we know the three different types, we need to talk about how do you pick your broker. This is my opinion. You really got to look at who you are. Who are you? So I talked about me. I'm going to talk about the different three personality styles or three just different personality types and how it works out. So for me, I'm a strong individual. I'm a high D, and I'm going to talk about DISC profiles, and you should be trying to figure out who you are. Now, of course, everybody says, well, I know who I am. Okay, good. I've done this many a time. Sit down and take a DISC profile. You can go to the Tony Robbins website or Anthony Robbins website, right? If you don't know who Tony Robbins is, you need to look him up. And you can actually take a DISC profile. It's going to tell you, it's very profound. It's going to tell you so many deep-seated things about who you are and what you're about that it's actually going to help you out, because I'm going to talk about some other videos in the future, how to leverage your personal DISC profile and understanding the DISC profile. So when you start talking to somebody on the phone, you can realize how you're going to be able to connect with that individual so you can actually position them to close them. But that's another video. So do the DISC profile. If you're a strong D like me, I've seen a lot of strong Ds in big box brokerages, but they usually end up being in a flat fee brokerage because, again, I wanted to be able to create what I wanted to create. I want to create my own brand. I want to create my own marketing. I want to create my own team. I didn't want to have to pay out a whole bunch of splits because I knew I was going to be creating a team. Flat fee brokerages are fantastic for teams because if I got to pay a 10%, 16%, 20%, 40% split to a freaking brokerage, and my team is closing it out, and I'm trying to make a profit off of me because I got to spend my money to create inbound leads and administrative staff so I can feed my team leads and opportunities, and then also train, put energy into my team so I can make a profit off of the individuals that are within my team. If I'm being basically raked over the coals by my broker, then I make no freaking money. So it doesn't make sense. It's a benefit to the broker, not a benefit to me. So going to a flat fee brokerage made great sense for me. And that's why we did it when we decided to start building a team. Now, if you talk about a big box broker, typical, personality that you're going to run into, usually newer agents, not always, but usually newer agents, people that don't want to create anything, and that's fine. Some people, they watch my videos and like, oh, you're being negative. I'm not being negative. I mean, it kind of is what it is. And to me, that's fine. You can do it your way. That's the beauty of creating your business. You can do it any way you want to. Do it, you. Have fun, right? So if you just want to focus on trying to do some deals, you're really doing farming and stuff like that, and you want to have a brand, a big box brand behind you, and you want guidance and you want training and support, great, then go that route. And then there's something in between, which is KW. KW does provide training. KW does provide some forms of support, but you can also create and be your own. So that's kind of the hybrid in between, but you're still going to give some more money away. So I would say, it really comes down to your personality type and style that helps you dictate which brokerage you want to pick. But this, if I were to even simplify it more, here's the questions you should be asking yourself. And this is what I had told, my buddy who ended up picking a team. I would ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want to create a team? Do you want to create a big business? Do you want to create your own brand? If you want all of those things, you probably shouldn't join a team. If you want all those things, you probably shouldn't join a big box brokerage. you should probably look to actually go after it and create your own and save and keep more money, because you need the capital in order to create, right? If you want to make up money and you want to have a consistent opportunity, if you want to be trained, if you want to be held accountable, if you want to basically be fed leads, you should join a team. Now, here's the thing, joining a team isn't for everybody, but if you have that personality type like my buddy did, join a team. And I told him that. I says, look, do you want to do this? Do you want to create? Do you want to? He says, no, I don't want to do any of that. Then you should join a team. Because he was looking at a team and he was looking at joining KW and this and the other. I says, but it sounds like you don't want to go through the pain of figuring all this stuff out, do you? He says, no. Okay, well, do you want to go through the pain of being a lone agent and you're by yourself and you're still having, I mean, you get some support and some training, but you're going to have to pay to get your own opportunity? He says, no, I don't want to do that either. Then join a team. There you are. Join a team. Done. Now, if you want to have something that's sort of in between and eventually build a team, I think somewhere along the lines of a hybrid is pretty fantastic as well. There's some amazing opportunities. And again, I keep saying KW because you know what? Here's the thing. I never joined KW. We did interview with them a couple times to see if they would fit what we were doing. And I thought about it hard and heavy a couple times, but they do have some pretty amazing things and opportunities set up, and you can't always renegotiate your splits. I like the fact that you can actually expand teams nationwide if you're looking to create a team. And I like that. I think if you're looking to be a lone wolf agent and build up to a small team and eventually a big team, or if you just want to start off as a lone agent and eventually join a team, I think KW is great. But you know, to me, that's how you pick your broker. Last thing that I would say, make sure you understand the mindset when you go into interview. Brokerages and brokers are going to sit there and act like they're interviewing you. That's garbage. It's garbage. You need to be interviewing them. You have to understand that you are the commodity. They make money, profit, whether it's off of monthly fees, off of using the auxiliary businesses, or actually turning deals off of you. They need you so they can actually make money and have a passive income, okay? So don't let them bullshit you and talk about that they're interviewing you and maybe you could join the team. Screw them. Go in there arrogant almost. You're interviewing them. And you need to ask questions. What do the splits look like? When can my splits change? How many deals until I can get to a different split? Because money is important, right? What kind of training are you going to give me? Okay, great. You just mentioned all this great training, and I would mention this even with Kevin. You're like, oh, well, we have training every day of the week. Great. So because what they do is they actually try to build you into a pipeline. So you start off with the basic stuff, and when you know all that stuff, when you want to do more advanced training, then you start charging you. Well, how much do you charge me for all that training? How much is it going to cost me to actually learn more so I can produce more, which makes you more money? Which is mind-blowing to me. So after that training, okay, great. And then what can I do as far as creativity? What are your standards? Can I change the colors? Can I change this? Can I change that? What can I do? So you ask a ton of questions. I might actually sit down and create something where I could send that out. Like, I'm going to write down. When you interview a broker, what questions should you ask? Questions to ask when interviewing a broker. I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to sit down and write that out, and maybe I'll put that out there and let you all get it from me. But you should be asked a ton of questions. I hate doing videos that are this long because I know most people don't sit down and watch it, but I just thought this was an important topic, and there's a lot to it. It's even still more complicated. I could probably talk about it for like 20 minutes if I really wanted to go deeper, but I want to give you information. If you have questions, do me a favor, pop the comment down below, ask me questions, ask away. If there are questions that are really good, I can create multiple videos off of this one video to try to help you go deeper into this question or this answer that I gave to a question that was given to me already. Do me a favor, like, share, comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. We just broke 1,000. I'm pretty pumped about that. I started doing this just as kind of a hobby to help people and when I get free time, because I don't always post up videos every day. It's really when I get free time, I sit down and create a bunch of videos and I post them up at different times. So I can keep giving value back to whoever's watching it. And I've heard from people all over the nation that it's really helped them out. So it kind of motivates me to keep doing it. So by subscribing, it motivates me to keep doing videos. By writing comments, it motivates me to keep doing videos. And again, I don't make any money off of this. I'm not creating products. I'm not a guru. I'm not selling anything. I'm literally creating videos to help people. So if you find this helpful, please share it with other people. Ask them to subscribe. Please subscribe, write comments. I love it. And that's all I got today. So I hope this helped. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.